After the successful runs of both Mario Party 4 and 5, you'd probably think that I could get the triple win, and win Mario Party 6. But oh, you are so wrong. So with that, it's time to grab the orbs from a previous game, wish that coin star goodbye, and just barely place on the podium by winning Mario Party 6 on the hardest board and AI. Alright, let's just get the rules out of the way, let's make it simple. There's no special items and or benefits because I'm trying to keep this vanilla. The characters are the exact same in case you haven't seen it, and there's only 20 turns. Okay? We all good? Alright. I've picked EGAD's Garage for our board since my other two options were either Clockwork's Tower or Fair Square. But I wanted something that was small and stupid, and EGAD's Garage fit the bill nicely. But what actually makes this board stupid? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, stupid. To start, all Mario Party 6 boards run on a day and night cycle. What that means is that every 3 turns, the game will cycle between day to day. And there are things that change on the board between them, like say paths on the board, shops, happening spaces, events, etc. And EGAD's Garage is no exception. Speaking of all those things, the happening spaces here will teleport you to an adjacent teleport on the map, so it makes for a good way to getting around the place. You can exchange orbs for coins and other orbs here, and the middle piece of the board here will change as days and nights go by. This one is literally the Suckinator for money. I don't know why this is on this map, but it is. Minigames actually also have day and night changes, but as far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually affect the gameplay of the minigame, simply just the aesthetics. I think I got everything so far, so with that, let's just get straight into the insanity. And note how I say insanity. Turn 1 started slow, with everybody grabbing their first orbs. If you saw Mario Party 5, orbs work very similar to how they did before, and now you have the option to buy them from shops and pick them up on the board. Otherwise, this turn was pretty uneventful. Our first minigame, Pop Star, was a button masher for the 1, so I went ham, and won, clearly because my mashing skills have improved because of this series. Thanks, Mario Party. Turn 2, Peach continues to begin the Peach doing Peach things trend, and Wario uses the mushroom to roll an insane 4, and misses the happening space. I then land on a happening space, taking the lead for that bonus. Speaking of bonuses, the minigame and happening stars are still in play, but the coin star has been replaced by the orb star. Just keep that in mind for a bit later on. Our next minigame, Cannonball Fun, was strange since the controls were really weird for my hands. I lost, and surprisingly, Wario took the win. Turn 3, Peach got a happening space. Okay, cool. Wario uses a mushroom to roll an insane 16, and snags his first star of the game. Our next star would head literally in front of us, so that's cool. I wasn't getting the star, and neither was Peach. I then decided to go north and buy a mushroom, because I want to get high for some unknown reason. Our next minigame then, What Goes Up, was actually an incredibly close race between me and the AI. And honestly, I'm actually impressed that I took victory, but only just.
Finish! Yes, I'm the winner!
On turn 4, night arrives and some stuff happens. Peach continues to do Peach things. Oh, did I mention that sometimes you can actually earn money from throwing capsules on the board? I did say sometimes, let me rephrase that. I mean literally every single time nearly. I then roll an insane 12 and swap places with Wario. It actually kind of helps me a little bit, so I'm not going to complain. Wah then throws his face on the board and then gets wrecked. Our next minigame on the block, Tricky Tires, was weird since I simply could not get the controls to work in my favor. And I lost horrifically, but I'll fully accept it.
Finish! Wario's the winner!
On turn 5, Peach continues to do more Peach things and earns money by doing so. I then choose to throw this bomb, because it's a bomb and why wouldn't you throw it? I then land on another happening space and choose to teleport, knowing full well that the AI was getting that star even if I stayed there. Wah throws himself on the board yet again, and explodes, gets an orb, and that's pretty much about it. Our next minigame then, Throw Me a Bone, was really straightforward, but surprisingly, I lost.
Finish! Wario's the winner!
On turn 6, Peach continues to do more Peach things, god dang it. However, she then scores her first star of the game, so that's cool. Our next star would then move right in front of Peach. However, with the day coming next turn, the platform would move, so she wasn't going to get it. Wario uses a mushroom and rolls an insane 6. Bad roll, my dude. I throw my face on the board and roll an insane 1. I get kleptoed and return to start. While Luigi decides to go for a big push and rolls a pretty insane 23. He actually steals the star, getting his first of the game. Our next star would then head in an area that no one was at. Cool placement game. Wad does a loop, so that's a pretty good turn for him. Our next minigame, Pixel Perfect, was also simple, but good lord, the AIs really like to play these games. Me and Wario got it down though. Just barely, mind you.
Yes, Wario's the winner! Yes, Wario's the winner!
Turn 7, we're back to daytime, and Peach continues to do Peach things. She rolls a whopping 10, and then gets kleptoed. Good job, Peach. Wario then rolls double 9s and gets 10 coins. That's the second time that's happened in the series, by the way. With his 18, he lands on my space and loses loads of money and all of his capsules in the process. Good roll, man. Appreciate it. I throw a bomb and then roll an insane 1. Thanks, game. Very cool. Wah then rolls another insane roll of 22. Buys a mushroom and doesn't have enough money to buy the star. So sad indeed. Our next minigame then is a battle minigame. It's a banger, this one. 30 coins from everybody and an 86 coin potluck. In the game, stamped by me. While I understood the controls of this game, they were awfully confusing, because you gotta remember that I'm playing on an Xbox controller and not a GameCube controller. So my mind is naturally assuming that B is A and A is B, and because of this distinction, I lost. On turn 8, Peach throws some orbs so that she can be a Peach person, because of course. Now, being in last place, because of course I am, I throw down some more crap and get absolutely nothing. Our next minigame then, Slot Trot, was also straightforward, but the timing or hitboxes in the slots themselves can be finicky. But me and Wah took victory.
Finish! I'm the winner!
On turn 9, Peach rolls an insane 25 and lands on a happening space. She exchanges all of her orbs for random orbs, and then gets a flutter, which is basically a free star, otherwise known as a magic lamp. Wario then goes all in, uses his mushroom that he definitely pulled out of his bum, and rolls an insane 12. He secures his second star of the game shortly after.
I got it!
Our next star would head behind everyone, so that's pretty cool. I throw down Kamek and because, you know, I throw down Kamek mainly because he sucks balls, and roll an insane 4. I get a happening space and free coins though, so that's cool I guess. Wah then rolls an insane 18, and lands 2 spaces before the star. Don't do it, Wah, you're gonna regret it. Our next minigame then, Snow World, was more about hitting the right buttons in order. Again, Xbox and Nintendo buttons are mapped differently, and to be honest, I've mapped my controller just like a GameCube controller. However, luckily, I managed to pull out a victory.
Finish! New record! Yes! I'm the winner!
Turn 10, now it's nighttime again, and Peach uses her Flutter Orb and obtains her second star of the game right in front of Wah. I'm sorry, my dude. Our next star would then head back to the first spot it was at the start of the game. Peach then rolls a 2, and returns to the spot that she started at on her turn. Good roll. She turns her orbs into coins, cause I guess she wants her money back and investing. Good roll. Nice. Our next minigame then, Motown, was similar to previous games in the sense that, instead, the game just ate nearly every single input and Mario wouldn't move. I lost, again, to strange controls and eating inputs.
Wario's the winner.
On turn 11, Wario then rolls an insane 9 and secures his third star of the game, building his lead even further.
I got it.
Our next star would then head here. I had a very small chance now, unfortunately. Wario then buys a Kamek and then loses it immediately after. I then make the bold decision to buy a Bullet Bill Orb to help build the coin lead. Remember how I said that the coin star isn't a bonus? Just remember that. Our next minigame then, Crate and Peril, was actually a really cool concept, and I took one for the team and won.
Finish. Yes, I'm the winner.
On turn 12, Peach continues to do Peach things because of course, and then gets her space replaced with my beautiful face. Wario then gets swapped with Wah, which actually kind of helps him, and then he gets his space replaced with my beautiful face. Wah then gets kleptoed. Pretty cool. Our next minigame is a battle minigame again. Unfortunately, it's a much smaller 5 coins from everybody and a 20 coin potluck in the game Wrestle and Rapids. I hung on for dear life and we secured a 3-way tie, because that's exactly what you need in video games.
Finish. Yes, I'm the winner.
Turn 13 returned us back to the day, and Peach rolls a massive 10 and goes in front of me. Wario buys a Podoboo for some reason, and then I roll a clinically insane 3. I finally secure my first star in the game, yet I'm still in last.
I got it.
Our next star would then head in the center, so it'll be a bit, I'm just saying. I now have a Flutter Orb on me, so I basically have another star unlock whenever I want it. Wah then lands on a happening space, so that's pretty cool. Our next minigame then, Odd Card Out, was simply pick the one that's different and hope for the best. I took victory by an impressively large margin.
Go. Finish!
Yes, I'm the winner.
Turn 14, many low rolls were thrown. Wa uses his sluggish shroom and rolls a massive 10. Our next minigame, yeah, that was fast, is Circuit Maximus. I always liked this game as a kid, so I was excited to zap through it, which I did.
Finish! New record!
Yes, I'm the winner.
Turn 15, Peach lands on my pretty face. Cool. Wario also lands on my pretty face as well, and then I roll an insane 6, and use my bullet bill, stealing 20 coins from Peach. Bear in mind that I have 94 coins, and the coin star isn't a bonus. Wa then rolls an insane 10, and gets kleptoed. God dang it, Wa. Our next minigame then is a battle minigame for the 3rd time. Another 30 coins from everybody. A 100 coin potluck, I think the biggest in the series, in the game Control Stick. This game is purely based on reaction times, and it can be pretty easy to mess up. Luckily, this series has helped me massively on those things, and to my absolute surprise, I won. But bear in mind that I'm getting all these coins, and there's no coin lead.
Go!
Yes, I'm the winner.
Turn 16 marked the halfway point, well not the halfway point, and then it returned to nighttime. It's now time for the last 5 turns thing, in which Wa snags himself 40 coins. Not bad. It could have been a lot worse. With this, let's get into the last few turns of the game. I then use my Flutter Orb and secure my 2nd star of the game, taking me to 2nd place.
Woohoo! I got it.
The next star went down here, so that sucks for me, unfortunately. Wa then rolls a pretty insane and kinda nuts 19, and lands on a happening space. He then activates the Suckinator and sucks money out of everybody's anus. Our next minigame then, don't worry, there isn't another battle minigame in this video, is Snow Brawl, which is basically Smash Bros. In a Mario Party game. We lost, but at least it was a pretty good fight, I'll say.
Finish!
Waluigi's #1.
Turn 17, Peach once again returns to doing Peach things, and lands on a chance time space. And oh man, did I get screwed. I ended in giving one of my stars to Wario, and this practically just ruined the game. Now, with only having 1 star and Wario having 4, I started to have a hunch that I wasn't winning this. I then roll a pretty insane 14 and go north, because why not? Our next minigame then, Guard and Grab, was pretty dope, and honestly, I kinda remember this being remixed in Mario Party 9 for some reason. Me and Wario won, so that's pretty dope.
Finish.
Yes, I'm the winner.
On turn 18, I figured that I had all 3 bonus stars on lock. Not until Peach landed on a happening space. Let's remember that the coin star doesn't exist in this game, so right now I actually probably only have 2 bonus stars, as the orb star counts whenever you throw or use orbs, not simply collect them. I then decide to use my sluggish orb and roll an impressive 8 to land on this happening space. My logic was that I assumed that the star wasn't going to spawn where I had left, so I figured that I'll just join Peach. Our next minigame then, same as lame, was basically press a button and hope that no one else picked the same one as you. Me and Wah surprisingly won this.
Finish.
I'm the winner.
Turn 19, we return today for the last time, and Peach snags this star, getting her 3rd star of the game. And no shock to anyone, the next star spawns on top of Wah. Sorry, bro. Wario then lands on a happening space, and then I roll a clinically insane 3. Cool. Our next minigame then, Gondola Glide, was odd since it was both a button mashing game, but it was a game where you had to repeatedly change the button you were mashing. It's pretty hard to change buttons for me while mashing, so we lost. Only just. Turn 20 marks the final turn, and at this point I kinda just accepted defeat, knowing that I was at least going to take a podium finish. Regardless, Peach finished by doing Peach things, and scoring a whopping 10, and scoring 1 more happening space. Wario throws some things and rolls a 9, not securing a 5th star, you animal. I then finished by throwing this bomb and securing 1 more happening space as well as some money. Wah finished by rolling a 16, and that's pretty much about it. Our last minigame then is Note to Self. To tell you that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind. After destroying some brains, I surprisingly took victory, even though I thought I wouldn't win. And with this, it's time to see the bonuses. We begin with the tallies of coins and stars. And remember, during the recording of the video, I thought that the coin star was still in play. We begin with the minigame star, which was given to me. And then the realization hit. The orb star was awarded to Waluigi. And it was in this moment that I realized that I messed up the entire game by chasing a bonus star that wasn't even in the game. The happening star would then go to both me and Peach, so naturally, the winner wasn't me. But who was it then? It was Peach. Surprisingly, she pulled it out with a victory by 8 coins. I really trashed this game by chasing a coin lead that I ended up not having to do for. But I wasn't that far off from the orb star, so I guess I'll take that as a piece to be happy about. Regardless, I placed 3rd for probably the first time in the series, so I guess that's cool, right? Well, I guess that's a wrap on Mario Party 6. Unfortunately, we didn't take victory and we kinda got screwed for assuming bonuses. However, it's also the wrap for Mario Party for this year. The 6 videos that have gone out have been pretty dope, and I'm stoked to see new Mario Party episodes for next year, because let's be real, I'm already trying to play Mario Party 7 and it's already going bad. With that, this particular Mario Party was special, as it's probably the hardest the AIs have ever been, with them actually being a lot smarter than in Mario Party 5, and actually having the ability to, like, you know, play. With that, if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like, and subscribe if you're new if you want to see more. With that, my name is PandaPowerSauce, remember to stay saucy, and I'll see you in January for Mario Party 7. Later!